As my kids have gotten older, it's harder and harder to figure out what they want.
Like in general?
Well, I just don't like picking stuff out for them anymore.
So we're talking about Christmas.
We're talking about Christmas.
Dude, Christmas shopping.
I know. It's coming up.
The holiday season sneaks up on you.
But what's so cool is Zebit Marketplace, I can buy any gift card that I want.
Which is perfect.
Yeah.
Because if you know the store they like Sephora, Bath & Body Works, or Foot Locker,
yeah,
you just get them a gift card.
Just give them a gift card. They can just pick it out themselves.
Zebit, you can shop thousands of products from your favorite brands and pay for them over time, which is great. Especially when you're buying for all your kids like Jeanna. I have one, Maggie.
So many of them.
Zebit gives you the option to pay just a portion of the price at checkout with the rest spread out over time in easy, affordable payments. And they even have gift cards, like she said, from all of your favorite places. So whether you're in a pinch and need a last-minute gift or you want to shop somewhere else, Zebit's gift cards have you covered. Get a head start on your holiday shopping. Sign up to shop on Zebit today at zebit.com/reps.
That's Zebit, ZEBIT.com/reps. Zebit.com/reps.
All right.
All right, guys.
I also realized that I should have talked about this before I pressed record, but we'll do it anyways.
Okay.
Right before. Hey, when you talk in the microphone, you just have to have it really oddly close to your mouth.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was planning on holding it down like this.
You have to put it right here.
Okay.
And then I have to remind myself I can't be talking like this, but then all of a sudden turn and talk over here.
I know, I do that all the
without
time.
moving the microphone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. We had to do some instructions.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Between the Reps with
Brooke
What
and
is on
Jeanna.
my back? Oh, it's just the couch. It was just poking me weird.
Welcome to another episode of What's Behind My Back.
That sounds like a great show. Actually. Welcome back to
guys.
another epised of What's Behind My Back.
Oh, God.
What are some weird things you'd pull out from behind your back?
I don't even know. A chicken.
Like a pickle.
Yeah. Like where I just have to guess what's behind your back.
Yes.
With just no clues.
Yeah. Well, if it's food, you could almost smell, right?
Right. That sounds like so much fun, right, guys? An hour of us guessing what the other one's holding behind their back.
I feel like it would for sure just be a segment in a vlog.
Right. Oh, gosh.
Right.
Hey, guys, welcome back.
We are, it's so funny. If you guys are watching the videos, we just keep moving from location to location.
I know. We should just do it in random seedy hotel rooms.
We should.
Yeah.
We're in Southern Utah. We're at my mom's house, my parents' house, my house. I don't have another house,
Yeah.
so this is my house.
My first time here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finally made it to St. George, guys.
And she finally made it. And there's a hunch that the only reason she finally came is because Colby was coming here before you.
Yeah. Colby texted me and he just sent a picture of Brooke and him laying on the couch. And I can't remember what you said. Little turd. I'm going to read it. So everybody knows that you're not so sweet. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Jeanna texted me and she goes, you let Colby know that distance makes the heart grow fonder.
I did.
They're in competition for title of best friend.
No, he just said, just chilling, watching TV with my BFF. And I just said, hey, Colby, fuck off. I said, guess I'm going to have to teach you how to pet her to sleep, LOL.
Yeah,
That's
Jeanna
not-
pets me to sleep.
Guys, it's not heavy petting.
It's
okay?
not heavy. It's actually very light.
It's very light. Just pet her head.
Yeah, Jeanna
He
usually
goes, haha, already done. She's asleep. I'm moving into that BFF role real quick.
task complete. She's fast asleep.
So I booked a flight right after that. Just kidding.
She did.
I'd already booked.
No, I know. She was already coming.
No, but it's beautiful here.
Yeah. And we haven't even driven up towards the ranch where you can be higher in elevation so you can really see
out
the
there.
views and everything like that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous here.
Those of you that are watching, you notice that there's a guest here. And those of you that are listening are now hearing there's a guest here. My friend Sunny Hutton is hanging out with us. We're just going to talk about fitness. Her and her husband, Jake Hutton, they are my partners with Naked Training. So we've been doing that kind of stuff forever. She's been freak, building businesses, running businesses, building and doing gyms in Salt Lake, programs. She's a boss.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
She is.
Thank you.
But that's also like, she's not the person, same as like I would say for myself, like she's not going to be like, oh yes, I am.
These are my achievements.
Yes, I am Mrs. Iglesias.
Yes. No, I'm not her. No, I'm not her.
But she is. She's extremely I assume my take on you is that she's super intelligent with business. She's
like, I actually only got to the 8th grade. Just kidding.
I would say that you're type A.
A little bit, yes.
Like she's a go-getter and gets shit done and builds. I mean, she's done so much for the Naked program. Coaching, she's done. You and Jake built, what was the name of your gym in Salt Lake?
Rockwell CrossFit. They built that gym. Constantly
doing so much in health and fitness, business type stuff. It's incredible and extremely motivating for me because I'm always trying to find a new business to get into. And it's nice because if it's something that we're all into, that's how we are in business together, actually.
Yeah, and it's awesome because we get to spend time together and get work done. So.
And now that I'm in Utah, we get to spend more time together. And now
great. Another person I have to compete with. Perfect. Just kidding.
She's like, she's never coming home. I wanted to have, actually, I'm not going to talk about, I'm done talking. Sunny.
What's up?
Just introduce yourself a little bit. Where are you from?
Originally from Pocatello, Idaho. That's where I met Jake, my husband, and we're partners with Brooke in the Naked program. And then, do you want me to kind of tell how I got here?
Yeah, just a little bit. You went to
give the rundown.
Yeah, give a little bit of your backstory.
Okay. So I played soccer my whole life, and I played soccer at Idaho State University for a couple years, and then decided it wasn't really for me. It was a lot of head hitting and didn't seem worth it anymore. So I kind of fell out of fitness, and then Jake got me back into it, obviously.
Where'd you guys meet?
Cedar, right?
No, we were both from Pocatello.
You knew you were there, and then you both went to Cedar?
Yeah, so after we were dating, we went down there together. So I've known Jake since I was like 16 years old. We didn't start dating until after he was done playing football in college, because as you can imagine, he's very serious about it and didn't want to have a girlfriend and, had goals.
Goals.
Yeah. So after that, he got the opportunity to become a strength coach at Southern Utah University, and that is what took us down there. And that's where we met Mike Caju, and he kind of introduced Jake into CrossFit, and that started our whole transition into Salt Lake and running a CrossFit gym there. And then we decided we wanted to open our own, which was Rockwell CrossFit. We did that for a couple of years, and then after we did that for a while and we're coaching a ton of classes, we decided maybe this isn't what we want to do for long term, because it's a lot to have to coach classes all day and be motivating and all of that. So in the meantime, we kind of hooked back up with Steve. Jake knew him from high school, and they started a programming company together, and he wanted to open a gym and have a kind of a home base and somewhere where we could film content. So we looked for like 8 months for a location. You guys were
looking in like Arizona.
Yeah, we went everywhere, and St. George was actually the very first, like where we are now. The location for the gym was the very first building that they looked at, and then we spent like 8 months in Arizona and Phoenix looking for spaces, and I swear like 400 different locations, and nothing was right. And so that was kind of always in the back of our head, was this St. George location. And we had already lived in Cedar City, which is like 40 minutes north, and so we knew that St. George was a place that we would want to live and was awesome. And so we were like, let's just do it. And so that was in, we're coming up on 3 years ago. And so the gym has been open for 3 years in January, and we're just going.
And it's a beautiful gym.
Oh, thank you.
It's so nice.
You guys were so sweet to let us come work out today.
Of course.
It's really nice.
That means a lot. We spent a lot of time like rehabbing the place, and
you guys had tons of work.
Oh yeah. A lot of it, because we were trying to save money. And so I was in there cleaning up and painting walls and moving stuff, and it was a lot. So
if you guys are ever in Southern Utah, St. George, Utah, you have to check out Fitness Culture Gym. That's what she's talking about. But it is like a great mix of functional fitness and conventional fitness area and equipment. So I wish more gyms, because I love functional gyms. I love CrossFit gyms. I wish more did have some machines and some conventional equipment, especially because on the Naked program, we offer conventional and functional based on where you train, because not every location is going to offer both. Mm-hmm. And we like doing machines.
I like
for the booty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Colby and I did some machines today. We did.
Got a pump.
Yeah. Colby almost got stuck in one. I know. Yeah, we were trying to figure it out, and it kept clicking down, and then we couldn't figure out how to release it.
Oh my gosh.
He got out. He figured it out.
I feel like that'd be the same feeling you'd get if you were trying to get out of like a roller coaster ride. Right. And like if your like thing wasn't like clicking, getting tighter, and you couldn't get out.
Oh yeah.
Or the moment where like maybe you change your mind. Oh,
and it's not getting tight enough.
And you fly out.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. But no, it's Colby, what is it that you're in love with there? The turf.
Oh yeah.
Colby could not stop talking about the turf. Even when we did our EMOM, he wanted to go back over by the turf. I'm just going to get you a roll of turf for Christmas.
Let's get him just like a square of turf.
He does. He loves the turf.
But yeah, so that's backstory, or at least, Cliff Notes version of how I know Sunny. And we actually were filming today at the gym, and we're working on getting all of the movement demos for the Naked Training app just updated. And I had talked to Jeanna, and I was like, dude, let's have Sunny on the podcast. And there was something that's like very personal that I wanted to see if she would be willing to talk about and share her experience on so far, and really just shed some light on it, because you just don't hear about it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, you don't hear about it, and she's never opened up about it on like a public platform. So thank you for being willing to talk about it with us. And I'm sure a lot of people that are watching or listening, you could potentially know somebody that's going through this, or you yourself have gone through it or are going to go through it, or it's in your future, but you don't know when you're going to do it. And I hope that this can give you some sort of information. And if anything, I think knowing that you're not alone and that it's happening to 1 in every 400 women, mm-hmm. That's a lot. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, I'm just going to let you take it.
All right.
Or I'll probably butcher like what the real names are.
Yeah. So I will kind of go into obviously what it is, and then tell kind of a background of my experience. So in 2016, January, I tested positive for the BRCA1 genetic mutation. And so BRCA, if you aren't familiar with what that is, it stands for breast cancer gene. Every person, male and female, has a BRCA1 and BRCA2 gene, and they're actually cancer or tumor suppressor genes. And mm-hmm. so the way that they work is to fix DNA that is broken or suppress tumor growth. And so in somebody that has a genetic mutation, it just doesn't work. So basically my body can't like fight off cancer. And when I tested positive, my genetic counselor gave me different stats than I just looked them up today. So I was kind of up to date on what they're saying now. She told me that I had an 85 to 90% chance of developing breast cancer at some point in my life. Now it's dropped down to 72%, which is still a lot.
Right.
It's a scary thing. And with BRCA1, you are more likely to get the triple negative breast cancer, which is the really bad one. Mm-hmm. Very hard to treat.
Just went through that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So not good.
Right.
And then the other side of it that I feel like isn't as spoken about is ovarian cancer. And that is a 44% chance lifetime risk. So basically when I found that out in 2016, I went to a genetic counselor, and I went alone because I was expecting it to be negative. Mm-hmm. I wish I would have brought Jake with me because I was a little emotional. Back then I was kind of a wreck because of it, because I didn't know what was going to happen, and it was scary. Since then, it's been almost 5 years, and I can talk a little bit more easily about it. Mm-hmm. And I've gone through a ton of stuff. So, but she basically told me that the only treatment plan is screening and then eventually a double mastectomy and a total hysterectomy. So she was like, once you are done having kids, we recommend, but sooner the better, get a double mastectomy. Like you can either do it prior to having kids or once you're done breastfeeding. And then total hysterectomy, they're like, just as soon as you are done having kids, because ovarian cancer is very invasive and it's hard to catch. So yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Well, yeah, how scary.
Yeah, it was.
What made you want to get tested for that? Do you have it in your family?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So both of my aunts have had breast cancer, and then 2 of my cousins got breast cancer. And so they were like, hey, you guys need to get tested.
You should get checked.
Your entire family is getting breast cancer. And so my dad went and got tested because it is his 2 sisters, and he was positive. And so he called, and obviously he feels awful because he's like, this is my little girl and I don't want to be the reason that she has health issues. And so I made an appointment and went and got the test done, and I texted my family and said, yeah, it's positive. And so the next step was to schedule an MRI immediately and a pelvic ultrasound, which those are very invasive if you've ever had one.
I've done that.
Haven't.
They're not great.
You haven't?
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I have. It's not great.
They basically have to stick the ultrasound wand up,
And
they're like,
hoo-hoo?
yeah, and then they move it around.
I gotta
and,
look over here.
Oh,
yeah.
geez.
and they want you to have a full bladder, for at least mine, and which is great because you're like, I'm gonna pee on you, like this is terrible.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna pee on
Don't push it up there any further.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then they also have me do a blood test once a year, and so on my very first MRI, they found a lump, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, all right,
Just like
it's
all
time.
this information
Yeah.
at one time.
And so I went in for an ultrasound first and then a biopsy, and it came back benign, which is great. I have a little marker in my left breast that designates when I get an MRI again that they've already tested that one and it's fine. And then since then I've had biannual MRIs until I was 30, and then they switch and do mammogram MRI on
Every other one.
Yes, every other.
one.
Yeah, that's what I was looking
Yeah.
for. And then I have to get a cancer test to see if I have a marker that's high, an elevated. It's CA 125 is what it's called. And then the pelvic ultrasound. And so it's very costly because insurance only covers so much. And yeah, so that's kind of my story with it.
Wow.
So far.
Yeah.
And have you, I know, but have you decided, or how was it for you to decide? Was it easy for you to decide that you were going to do a double mastectomy?
Yeah, it's just kind of a matter of when. And I've been going back and forth with that since I found out, because I was 27 at the time. I'm going to be 32 next week, actually. I'm married and we don't have any kids. And so it's a hard decision to make, to change your body. And once you make that decision, you can't go back from it, obviously. And I'm somebody who struggles with decisions like that already. Like, I got eyelash extensions and I was like, why did I do that? That was a bad move. And so I don't want to make a decision that you can't come back from.
That's a big decision.
Yeah.
Right.
So I know that I will do it for sure, unless something changes before I do it and they have new advancements. But just based on all of the care providers that I've worked with, it's not really like, well, we recommend it. They're like, no, like you need to do this for sure.
Right.
So I'm kind of leaning towards doing it sooner rather than later, like probably within the next 6 months, which is very scary to put like a time frame on it.
Absolutely.
But Jake, my husband, you know him very well.
Yes.
He's the sweetest. I wanted to tell you guys, some people might think this is really weird, but I thought it was like the cutest thing ever. When I first found out about it, I didn't know what was going on. And so I started looking up images and double mastectomy, and that was traumatizing for me because I was like, this is going to be me. I'm going to lose all of my femininity and change my body. And so I was freaking out to Jake one day because I saw all these flat-chested women. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do implants or not after. And I was like, I'm going to be a freak show that doesn't have nipples. And Jake said, well, I will remove my nipples in solidarity with you. And I was like, well, you can't do that because then everybody will know I don't have nipples when you take your shirt off. So you'll have to explain why you have no nipples. But he would do it. He would definitely do it. I brought it up to him and he was like, I don't remember saying that, but I would do it. I was like, of course. So he's been very supportive, and it's always been whatever you want to do. He supports it. He's just like, I don't care if we have kids and you aren't able to breastfeed. I would rather you be around and alive and healthy. So yeah, that's.
Well, now don't they have, they can do like a tattoo.
Yeah, tattoo.
They
Like
can
pretty real looking tattoos, right?
Yeah. So I actually last summer went to a breast surgeon for the first time, and I hadn't done that before. I found somebody that I really liked up in the Salt Lake area, and she was like, I recommend just doing a nipple sparing surgery, which means they leave the skin and the nipple intact. Sometimes it doesn't work and it won't reattach to, everything, and you'll lose it anyways. But she said that the risk of developing a cancer in the skin isn't super high, and you can tell superficially if somebody has it. So I would just have to go in for my yearly check and have them, check for any spots or rashes or anything weird on the skin.
Okay.
So that made me feel a lot better that that's a very viable option for me.
I didn't realize I could do that.
Yeah. And so basically I would just be losing my natural breast tissue, and they would be putting an implant in, and I'd probably have to go under the muscle so it looked a little more natural. You know?
They'd look like mine.
Yeah. And
because I have little to no breast tissue. Like I really don't.
Right.
Like I actually can't go bigger with implants because I don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of breast tissue. Like me and Jeanna have the same size of implants, but I'm like, I wish I could just get fatter here.
I'm just fatter.
I just want to get fatter right
I'm
here.
not as lean as her. That's
everybody can say that about Brooke.
Dude, I want to get fat. I know. Hey, you'd be surprised. I had someone, I was reading the YouTube video, and someone goes, is she leaner? And I wrote on it, and I go, I fluctuate, especially around my menstrual cycle.
Oh, gosh. If it was a guy, they were just
It was a guy. It was a guy. And I said, sorry, TMI, but that's how I roll.
Yeah.
That's what I said. It's like, that's what happens, dudes. I gain and lose weight.
Yeah,
monthly.
It's called bloat.
There's a lot of emotional trauma there, but I've grown. I'm over it now.
Well, yeah.
I'm used to
Learning to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holidays are coming up, and for myself, I'm always interested in finding new places, new shops, new stores, places I can find something that I want to gift to people, or really that I want to buy for myself.
That's really what it is.
That's the truth. And there's a really great marketplace that me and Jeanna have found. It's called Zebit. With Zebit, you can shop thousands of products from your favorite brands and pay for them over time. They have everything from Xboxes and TVs to tools, cookware, and furniture.
They got everything.
Yeah, and Zebit gives you the option to pay just a portion of the price at checkout, with the rest spread out over time and easy, affordable payments. It's a great option for anyone who, I would say, big families.
Oh, for sure. Like when you have to spend so much money at one time.
Yes. Zebit even has gift cards available from all of your favorite places, whether that be Sephora. I do spend a lot of money at Sephora. Bath and Body Works and Foot Locker. All great stores when shopping for presents for Christmas. So whether you're in the pinch and need a last minute gift, or you want to shop somewhere else, Zebit's gift cards have you covered. Get a head start on your holiday shopping. Sign up to shop at Zebit today at zebit.com/reps. That's ZEBIT.com/reps. Zebit.com/reps. If you are a carnivore,
like ourselves.
Yeah. If you like having meat in a lot of your meals
at your disposal,
we highly recommend you guys check out ButcherBox. Really good meat, humanely raised, hormone-free, shipped directly to your door.
And they have everything. They have 100% grass-fed, finished beef, free-range organic chicken, heritage breed.
What was that?
Heritage breed pork or wild-caught salmon.
Yeah, and they have sugar nitrate-free bacon.
Yum.
It's
Freaking
affordable
love bacon.
and convenient. It's a really great way to get healthy, humanely raised meat.
Yeah.
Luckily, today's sponsor, ButcherBox, believes everyone deserves high-quality, humanely sourced meat. ButcherBox couldn't be easier. Just sign up, select your box, and they ship it right to your door every month. And when you sign up now, you get their steak sampler with 6 grass-fed, grass-finished steaks. Because the best steak night is free steak night.
Yeah, baby. For a limited time, new members get 6 free grass-fed, grass-finished steaks when they go to butcherbox.com/reps. That's 2 New York strips and 4 top sirloins added to your first box for free. Act quickly. This offer is only good enough through Cyber Monday. That's 6 grass-fed, grass-finished, say that 6 times fast, steaks for free in your first box.
Just go to butcherbox.com/reps. That's butcherbox.com/reps.
My cousin, when she had one breast removed. This was years ago. And they I don't think they were doing a lot of the tattooing. And they so they did the surgery, and then later they created a nipple out of her groin skin. Scrotum. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it just came to my mind.
Scrotum?
Out of someone's scrotum.
Just a cadaver scrotum.
Yeah. Out of her groin skin.
They took skin from her like remember we were talking. No, that's a fat upper
pussy area.
Oh,
just
no, it's like right here.
Or hip. Oh yeah,
we were calling it the hip. It's not the hip.
I don't know where
it's where your
it's your
groin, like your
inner groin,
inner leg
connection
connects. Anyway, they took some skin from there. They made her a nipple, and I'm not kidding. She had. I don't know. I mean, she said this. I don't know if this is possible.
Yeah.
But she swears that she has a pubic hair that grows out of her nipple.
Dude, probably.
I mean, I was thinking maybe the hair follicle will die.
Yeah.
She goes, I swear to God, I have a pubic hair growing out of my nipple.
Dude.
So she
just like one.
Yeah. She used to crack up about it. She just pluck it. Yeah. She goes, it's not like a normal nipple hair.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously. But yeah. Interesting.
That's so great to hear that they can, I mean, at least they can attempt, like, without just being like getting rid of them, they can at least do the surgery in a way to save it.
Yeah.
And then attempt to see how it goes.
So they just have to wait and see if the blood flow keeps going to it.
Yeah. Make sure no necrosis happens.
Right.
That's a really gross word, but
I know.
You actually were one of my people that made me feel okay about having to potentially get implants. Cause I originally was like, I'm just going to go flat. They say going flat. That's the term. Because I didn't want to lose my ability to be active. And I've never really cared about having larger breasts, and it wasn't like I didn't want fake boobs. And so,
well, you have great boobs.
I mean, no, they're tiny, and yeah, there's padding in there.
But those are good boobs for like natural boobs for someone who's you're not like huge boobs and you are super active and fit. It's a great size boob.
Yeah.
But so you being able to do everything that you do with implants made me feel okay about it, and that I could live a more normal life, because I was going to just go flat, and that, would make me feel, I don't know, a little like more different, obviously, than I was before.
Right.
And I know your boobs don't define you, obviously, but it's scary to have to think about losing that, and changing your body in any way is scary. So yeah. So I was always like, if Brooke can do that and compete in CrossFit, I can do anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm nowhere near her level. So
yeah. And whatever you decide would be the right, whatever's good for you.
Yeah.
But I think that there's this thing attached to implants. We've done podcasts about it before, and we're not telling people, oh, you should totally get a boob job.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a certain amount of, I don't know if it's shame, but if you get a boob job, it's for this specific reason. Everybody gets them for different reasons. For me, it wasn't that I wanted to be bigger. It's that my boobs were ugly.
She'd had breastfed babies. And
I'd breastfed babies and all this. And I didn't mind. I'd always had small boobs, really small. And it wasn't until they were small and really ugly that I was
just like thinking, saggy.
And they were just saggy. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And one was extremely bigger than the other.
That's when I had mine done.
Like almost a full size, bigger than the other, after they had shrunk down after nursing. So
I've always had small boobs. My sisters called me mosquito bite when I was little.
Yeah.
Tiny ones.
Oh, I don't think I needed a bra.
No, mosquito bite.
Mosquito
bite.
Yeah.
I had super small boobs. I have 2 sisters. Robin, oldest, her boobs were so big. Her and my mom had reductions. My mom since then has had her boobs done. Look great. Fought through hell to get them.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other story. Oh my gosh.
But we always joked because me and Lacey never had boobs, and we all like Robin swam in high school. Lacey was a swimmer. We were all super active, but I never really had boobs. I did my very first like fitness competition, and I just had like lost weight, and I lost my boobs all the way. And then when they finally started to grow back, it was like a significant difference in size.
Yeah, it happened.
Significant. And so I got them done. And then I fairly recently, a couple years ago, got them redone.
Yeah.
Went to a better doctor than the one that I went to before and had them redone. And it was crazy. It was crazy too, because things that he like looked at and how he was going to do things. And even once he went in there to put the implant in, like recognizing basically where the other doctor screwed up, or really more like the corners that were cut. It's not that he screwed up. It was like cutting corners. I could have been in a position for all the years that I had them done, liked them more.
Right.
Than I did. And it really is, my sternum. I remember my swelling went down and I went in for a checkup the first time. And it bothered me because my one boob looked like it almost like sat, like it was like a little bit flatter on the inside. It like sat lower than my other one. And I went in and he said, that's because your sternum, and the only way to fix that is we'd have to break your sternum and like rebuild it basically. And if you feel my sternum, it is almost a little bit thicker on one side than it is the other.
Mine's higher on one side than the other.
Yeah. But when I had it redone, he went in and he even noticed like the cavity where they cut under the muscle, wasn't cut as much.
The envelope, they call it the envelope.
The envelope wasn't the way that it should have been. He was a lot more particular about what's the shape of the implant for you, for your body, all about that, which I had a much better experience. So I'm happy that you found a doctor that you really liked.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of what I wanted when I was thinking about what I could talk about to share is find a good care provider. And I've been so lucky. My first doctor that I found in Salt Lake when we still lived up there, when I first tested positive, was an ovarian cancer researcher. And she, I called the office because like I saw her credentials and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And they were like, oh, she doesn't actually treat anybody under the age of 50 because she deals with people that have already been diagnosed with cancer. And I like begged them. I was like, please, like I don't have anybody else that I can go to and I need people to start calling in like MRIs and all this for me. And so they agreed to it. And I went in there and she was amazing. Like so knowledgeable about everything. And I think that's been kind of paramount to me getting through this and feeling okay about it. And I found a gal locally down here who I'm convinced that somebody in her family that she's close to or her herself have one of the BRCA mutations because she knows so much about it. And I'm like, usually doctors are a little more generalized. Yes, they know stuff, but she knows everything. And she calls my MRIs in and my blood tests in well before I have to call and ask. She's like, oh yeah, they're already called in for you. I knew what was coming up. So I think that's been the biggest help for me is finding a good care provider.
Yeah, that is great. Because your mom went through chemo and everything for breast cancer, but she didn't have the gene. And
so she did not test positive for the gene, but she has had triple negative. And I remember going to the doctor the first visit when they were explaining after she sprung on us at Mother's Day, 2 Mother's Days ago. We had this really nice lunch and then she just let all of us know that she had cancer. And all of us, my sisters are like, what? So they found a lump and it was cancerous. And so I remember going to the first visit, my sisters and I would, switch off going with her. And I remember them saying, okay, well, the kind of cancer that you have is a triple negative. And I thought, awesome.
Right. It sounds
triple negative. Yeah, that sounds great. Well, it's bad because I guess there's 3 contributing factors that, and correct me if I'm wrong, you probably know more about this than I do, but they can either be estrogen, progesterone, or it's called HER2. And if they're none of those things, then they have no idea why you have it. So they can't treat it in a way where obviously if it's estrogen, they
don't know where to attack it from.
And there's not outside things that you can do.
Yeah, like estrogen blockers.
Yeah, all these things to help. And so she ended up they didn't want to take the lump out right away. They wanted to have her go through chemo. So she did the chemo and of course lost her hair, and chemo does so many things to you that you think about the hair and you think about nausea. But I mean, she was getting blisters. Her fingernails and her toenails were black and they almost looked fungal, and her skin, everything. It's just poisoning your system basically. And so she did the chemo. Then she had to wait because then your body is weak. Then they had to do the surgery. Then they wanted to do the chemo first because they wanted to have this option of giving her a chemo pill after. And then she had radiation after she had the tumor taken out. And then she's been on this chemo pill from this last March or February until she just finished in September. And she's cancer free, but she's still and it was, bless her heart, she lost all of her hair, her eyelashes, her eyebrows, and from the first chemo. And then they all started growing back. And then she did the chemo pill. And it all started going again. And she was like, what? So now she's feeling much better. But yeah, you just don't know because of this triple negative. It's not the good kind to have. And she opted they didn't really give her the option of doing a double mastectomy. I would think at that point, I'd be like, take them. Mm-hmm. Just take them. I can't deal with the headache of that. Not the headache, but the stress and the anxiety of, what you're having to go through, going every biannually, getting tested and then waiting for those results. And that would be just, really devastating. So she opted not to, but we'll have to wait and see. She's doing great right now.
Cancer really fucking sucks.
Yeah, it does.
My mom has to do annual scans for her brain tumor.
Oh yeah. Which
was benign, but it was massive. And, she had brain surgery. They cut that out, and it was benign, which is really great. But she goes in now annually for scans. Mm-hmm. And then my sister had to have cancer cut out of her. It was this really slow growing cancer. I don't even remember how they even found it. That grows up your spinal cord.
Oh, geez.
Luckily, it was really slow. It's really slow growing. Mm-hmm. So they went in, they did surgery, cut it all out. It was a successful surgery. And so now she does annual scans. My dad does not have any cancer, but he does have, I just started thinking like, should I talk about this? But he doesn't listen to this. Just like prostate cancer is really scary. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so like for him, he doesn't have that. And my guess, it makes me feel better because every time he has to go in for like, you go and get your markers checked, mm-hmm. right? He has to go in and do that too to like make sure levels.
So he had cancer?
No, my grandpa never did, but he has an enlarged prostate.
Oh, okay.
But like almost like it runs in the family mm-hmm. for that to be the case. But like my grandpa did too, but he never developed cancer. It was never anything like that. But that's why they also check for levels to like make sure things are where they're supposed to be. But every time my dad is like going into the doctor, I'm like, like so stressed. And I've had to have him really explain to me what that all means to help me understand that like, in his case, it is normal the way things are, at his age and everything like that. And that just because that's what they're paying attention to, it doesn't mean that that's what he's going to have or like right. what he has. And then my mom, she had to do a hysterectomy. They did it really early on. My grandma's twin,
hysterectomy for what though?
I think that she was having a lot of like ovarian cysts, and also genetically we produce a lot of estrogen. Mm-hmm. It's like I can't take birth control that has hormones in it. That's why I have the IUD, mm-hmm. the copper wire. My grandma's sister, so my great aunt, she got breast cancer, and I think that she had the double mastectomy. And
have any of them ever been tested for the gene?
No, and it's not enough people in like the family for like the doctors to like want to, I guess like reach out and be like, you guys should all get tested.
Because it's on both, like random from both sides.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone has had it on my dad's side. just my mom's side. And then from having like my hormones checked, and my mom works with a bioidentical, she works with a hormone doctor. So does my sister. So do I. I know, and this was my mom's case too, I naturally produce a lot of estrogen, and I actually don't produce a lot of progesterone. So I had to get off birth control because I'm just putting more estrogen into my body. Mm-hmm. And that's the things that come from that is ovarian cancer, breast cancer, things like that. Mm-hmm. So that was when I was in college, when I stopped taking birth control, because it was like this conversation, because I didn't even really know about getting tested for like a gene. I just knew in my family it ran to have like high estrogen, and then at a certain point, if you're just putting more and more into your body, which could be through birth control, or it could even be through like food, mm-hmm. you know, like things like that are going to increase those levels too. Like that is something that is a risk. And I had to really consider like mayhap potentially getting pregnant or potentially having cancer. So,
right.
And I haven't had an IUD for that many years. I just didn't take birth control for a really long time.
Yeah.
If you guys are looking for a fun program for working out that you can do at home, when you're traveling, whenever, just need like maybe another option, you got to check out Beachbody. My sister is actually, she had a baby. Her youngest is 4 months old, and she was doing some of the mommy stuff on there. And right now she's starting to work with a new doctor, and due to things she's working on for her health. So my sister is doing the Plyo program because it's lower impact, and that's what's been recommended by her doctor. And yeah. She's kind of like on this big system to, get healthy.
And Beachbody has hundreds of effective workouts for all fitness levels, including bodybuilding, weight training, cardio, HIIT, yoga, and even dance workouts. Woohoo!
Dance workout.
Dance.
You can access it anywhere, anytime. View on your computer, web-enabled TV, tablet, smartphone, Roku, Apple TV, Chromecast, and more. To get a special free trial membership, text REPS to 303030. You'll get full access to the entire platform, all the workouts, nutrition information, and support. Absolutely free. Just text REPS to 303030.
Times have been crazy lately.
Yeah, I feel like it's becoming the new normal.
Yes. Man, surviving 2020. Thank goodness for BetterHelp.
Yeah, what I've needed to help survive 2020 is someone to talk to. And BetterHelp has been a great source.
And not just somebody to talk to, somebody that's a licensed professional.
BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. Connect in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient. You can start communicating in under 24 hours. And it's not self-help. It is professional counseling.
And you can send a message to your counselor anytime.
In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. We want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/reps.
Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/reps.
Holidays are around the corner. Stocking stuffers. Man, I always feel like buying stocking stuffers seems like, the most simplest thing. I'll leave it to the last minute. It's actually really difficult.
No, it is. Every single time I fill my kids' stockings, it's like, I guess I'll just shove some socks in there to fill it up.
Yes. When I was growing up, we had these stockings that were
stick a banana in the bottom.
Always fruit. There was always fruit in the bottom to fill it. Apples, bananas, oranges. We always got a new toothbrush, socks, right. Jerky.
Well, now.
And then usually toothpaste. And right. There's so many options now because you want products that people are making into like mini size, right. Sample size.
Right.
And Native deodorant is doing that. And not only just in sample size, but in holiday flavors scents.
Yeah.
My favorite that they've launched is candy cane. For me, I really want a scent when it comes to deodorant, toothpaste, something that is fresh, something that when you smell it or, it smells fresh, clean. And candy cane, it does that for me. It has the, peppermint, things like that. Obviously, they have other flavors that some people might like more. A lot of people like deodorant that smells more vanilla. Actually vanilla, not just vanilla as in the color.
Vanilla and chai.
Yes, vanilla chai, sugar cookie, but candy cane is mine and Gina's absolute favorite. If you're not familiar with Native deodorant, Native is the perfect addition to your daily routine, especially the holiday season. They don't just block odor better, but they're made better. Native has ingredients you've heard of like coconut oil, shea butter. It's also vegan and never tested on animals. Maggie, you're safe.
And Native never uses ingredients that shouldn't be in deodorant like aluminum, parabens, sulfates, or talc.
They have holiday product offerings that are available November 6th through January 4th, 2021. Limited time only. Order by December 7th to ensure delivery by Christmas. These are for stocking stuffers. They have things like the candy cane gift set, which comes with 1 mini deodorant, 1 full-size deodorant, 1 body wash, and 1 toothpaste. Or they have the holiday mini deo trio, candy cane, sugar cookie, and vanilla chai. So you get a mini deodorant in all of those scents. So that's a fantastic stocking stuffer. You give the person the option to really try them all out before they buy a full size.
Right. Culinary creations are still available through the holidays. These are great gift options too. Pumpkin spice latte, though, will no longer be available starting November 2nd.
Give the gift of Native by going to nativedeo.com/reps or use promo code REPS at checkout and get 20% off your first order. Make sure to order before December 7th to get your products in time for Christmas. That's nativedeo.com/reps or use the promo code REPS at checkout. Yeah. I mean, I know it's not anything to joke about, but me and you have really dark sense of humors.
Yes.
So sometimes I always think like, man, what kind of cancer am I going to get?
I'm laughing. That's horrible.
It is horrible, but
no, we're not laughing because yes, I know. I've always, like, every single time I have a headache, anytime I have anything, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a brain tumor.
Definitely don't go.
I think
on MD.
Yeah, or if
For
I get
real.
No, I know. I know. Or I think I've had a stroke.
Well,
One
do you
time
remember?
I thought I had a heart attack.
Oh. Are you okay? Everything okay?
It was just drugs, guys. I was on a lot of drugs.
So many.
So many drugs.
No, Gina's just a worst case scenario girl, and also she's a worrier.
I am a worrier.
She worries. So like one thing feels wrong. It's like she will think of every possibility of how it could be worse. It could be like the worst thing ever.
I know.
I'm the same
I
exact
feel
way.
like it's almost like what do they call it? A self-fulfilled prophecy. I think I'm gonna convince myself into something. Into having a stroke or something.
Oh, great. Which would then give you a heart attack. Right. Be so stressed out. Like you were playing that game the other day and like all of a sudden you had high blood pressure. Never had high blood pressure in your life.
You guys, I found this game. I was getting a COVID test. I'm negative, by the way. I was playing this game on my phone. I downloaded it. Don't download it. It's so stressful, but it's called 3D Match. They throw a bunch of toys. It looks like there's a bunch of toys.
You know what I'm talking about, huh?
Have you played it?
Oh my gosh.
But I saw the ad for it and I was
don't get it.
No,
don't get it.
This looks bad.
So I've never had high blood pressure ever. Always low, if anything. And so I went in, and what's funny is that I had just been to the doctor the week before and my blood pressure was the same as it always is. So I'm in the waiting room. I just downloaded this game and we were waiting forever. And you basically have a certain amount of time to match 2 toys, but they're in this giant pile. So you got to like go through and like find them, and they're super teeny tiny. And I'm going through and I'm every single time I'm like,
so stressed.
Oh my God. And Ruby's like laughing at me and I sound like a crazy person because they're toys. So I'm like, car, sheep, ball. Car, sheep, ball. And so I get in there and she goes, "Okay, we'll just take your blood pressure." And she does it. She goes, "Oh, your blood pressure's high." And I went, "What? My blood pressure's high?"
Stress, man. You got to do.
I've never had high blood pressure ever. And so, of course, then I'm thinking it's the game. You know, the game's giving me high blood pressure. So then I'm flying here. And the whole time, all I can think of is, oh my God, I'm going to get on the airplane and I'm going to have a heart attack or something because I have high blood pressure. I'm not going to play the game on the plane. I could die from playing the game on the plane.
Plus, she's like, so she had to connect to get to St. George, and the airplane that flies from Salt Lake City to St. George, like these tiny planes. Like people call them like puddle jumpers. And
you guys, it's tiny.
It's really tiny. And Jeanna is not a good flyer.
No.
And already for her to like fly
and by myself
alone is a lot.
It's a lot.
And the first thing she says to me when she gets off the plane, she goes, you know, when you walk in, see a group of people and you think, all right, so these are people I'm going to die with. That was her entering the plane to fly from Salt Lake to St. George. Like, all right, well, I'm going to die.
Yeah. These are people I'm going down with.
This is a tiny plane.
Maybe we should get cozy.
Yeah. And then up in Salt Lake, you know, like even here, you don't like walk down a runway or a runway. Or the terminal.
No, you don't.
What's it called?
You don't go straight into the plane from the terminal.
No, yeah, you don't go straight.
The gateway or whatever.
You have to walk. You don't walk out on the gateway. You walk outside.
Yeah, I'm walking down this thing.
Walk
and
up
I'm
into the plane.
Yeah, I've never done that. And I'm walking and I'm thinking, they sent me to the parking lot. I don't know where I'm going. I asked a guy walking the other direction. He had like a little name tag, and I said, "Is this to the plane?" I just see a bunch of shuttles outside, and of course, in my mind, I'm thinking, we're all getting kidnapped.
100%.
I should have gone right, but I went left.
Oh no.
So yeah, I get it down there and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is terrible. And flying into here is quite bumpy.
Turbulence.
Yeah.
In the winter and the summer.
I always gauge it by watching the stewardess. If they're still walking around in the plane, I think, okay, we're still okay. But as soon as they go and sit down, I'm like, oh no. And they don't you can just tell that they have like this fake smile, like everything's okay. Fine.
Everything's fine.
They probably, we were talking about it earlier. We said they probably train them like that.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think that I got our flights. I think we're on the same flight out on Wednesday.
Thank God.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Yeah, because I was about to jump in this man's lap.
Colby's not a really great flyer either.
No?
No. He gets stressed. When we went to Austin, it was just like, it's okay.
You're just petting him.
Yeah, it's okay.
It was bumpy.
It was bumpy.
I know. I was sitting by myself.
I kind of enjoy flying. Like I talk as if we fly all the time. I do kind of enjoy the little time I've spent on an airplane around this time because there's way less people and a lot of airlines, you got open seats next to you.
I know that's true.
You had a full row on the way home from Austin.
I had a full 3 seats.
Dude,
yeah.
I have a photo on my phone of Jeanna in her 3 seats in a full tuck position, sleeping like a ball in a ball.
I was so comfortable.
On the seats.
It was great. You know what's annoying to me though? You know, everybody talks about the plane clappers and all this other crap.
Yeah.
You know what annoys me and especially right now with COVID, you know, they do this whole thing. Okay, everybody wait. You know, you're supposed to go one row after the other one, but you want to wait till you're 6 feet away, wait till they get their bags and go. Our plane stops with the tiny plane and like 6 people behind me stand up and just cram the aisle. And I just kept looking at this one woman. She wouldn't look at me. And I just kept looking at her like, you bitch. And I thought about pushing in front of her, but
you should have.
Yeah.
I hate when people do that.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm waiting.
I'm just waiting my turn. Just wait your turn.
Yeah.
That's like when you're getting your luggage and people like crowd right in front of it. And you're like, hey, we're all going to get it at some point. Just back away.
Yeah.
You're like, hey,
the plane just stop. Don't just stand up there. Yeah. Sit in your seat.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Remember that one time you were pulling your bag out of the overhead and hit that guy in the back of the head? Not a light bag.
No.
Hit him hard and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. We're like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Like right on the top of his head. Just went thunk. And I just went, oh, I'm sorry. That guy's going to kill me later.
Or the woman we saw on the plane that had her gloves on. She was in like a turtleneck, pants, and then she had a hat on, but then she was wearing goggles and a mask.
There was the lady with goggles on the flight here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, big old goggles.
Big old goggles and a mask.
Well,
Yeah.
do what you got to do, you know?
Hey. She felt
And
safe.
then, not going to lie, we tried to follow her around the airport to get
I tried to get a picture.
That's all right.
Yeah.
We didn't get it, though. She took them off as soon as she...
No, remember? She was in the bathroom.
Yeah, and she didn't have them on.
So she was in the bathroom and she's trying to wash her hands with her gloves on.
Oh, yeah.
So she's gone to the bathroom. She's washing her hands with the gloves on. And so then... But because it's like the automatic registering thing for the soap, it wouldn't register her hand. So we had to put our hand under it to get the
her
soap
some
on her
soap.
glove. I was like, lady, you're killing me right now.
But I can understand.
Maybe she was like high risk or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, high risk, like just don't travel.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's like, hey, you're sick? Oh, stay home.
Right.
Like all of a sudden it's like, what? It's like let's say we're talking about the flu. Like all of a sudden you get the flu, but you feel like you should still be able to just go out and about.
I know.
And like go to school and risk getting people sick.
Right.
Like it's just what you would do is your parents would be like, hey, no, you guys, you're sick. You have a fever. Stay in bed.
Yeah.
That's what you do. That's like that's the normal reaction for
courtesy.
any sickness.
Yeah.
I mean, I got sick and what did I do? Sat on this couch actually.
Well, the problem with kids, though, we were just talking about this yesterday, is that sometimes they'll say they're sick and they're not sick.
Like your daughter?
Yes. So that when they are sick, you don't believe them and you make them go.
Oh, yeah.
So we were just talking about that. And your mom was saying how she felt so bad because she sent Cody to school and he had
appendicitis.
Yeah, he ended up with appendicitis.
Yeah.
She kept telling him, no, you're fine.
You're
Just
fine.
go.
Shake it off.
Yeah.
He was calling her from school and our like family doctor was just up the street. So she told him just like walk up there. And then they called her and they were taking him in for emergency appendicitis surgery.
Appendectomy.
I had to stay the night in the hospital because I almost had to get my appendix out.
And you didn't have to?
I was young, no.
Oh.
They just watched it all night. So I was having so much pain. I was at dance. I was having so much pain. And I was so sick and my mom ended up, I went home and I was like in a lot of pain. So she took me to the emergency room and my appendix was swollen and I also had kidney stones. And they were like really small kidney stones that they literally told me like, you'll probably never even pass them.
What?
Yeah, that's what they told me. But my appendix,
you would pass them.
Well, I don't know.
But you probably wouldn't feel them because they're so small.
Yeah, they said that wouldn't have been what was causing me pain.
Huh.
They just like did a scan and could see everything in there. And so my appendix was swollen, but what they were going to do is maybe it wasn't like it wasn't scary swollen. So I had to stay there all night and they came in every hour and had to do a scan, like check it. Basically had to check me every hour and they ended up not having to take it out. Just a little scare.
just a little scare.
Yeah. Just a little appendicitis scare.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know what I have to do?
What? Poop?
Have you had your no?
I don't know.
Straighten this leg.
Oh. Yeah.
Have you had your wisdom teeth out?
Mm-hmm.
I have not, but I have to get them out.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah. Pretty excited
I
about it.
can't wait for the video after that. I'm
Gina's
gonna
coming
go with you in
because
video.
we're gonna
Yes,
vlog
please.
it.
Yeah.
Do it.
We're gonna vlog
Sunny,
it.
you can come too.
Okay, deal.
We'll just all be in there.
Sorry, Colby, you're out.
Now Sunny's coming for you, Colbs.
Sonny's like, sniper.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for coming and chatting.
Yes,
We'll
definitely.
do more.
Yeah. So when do you make your final decision?
Oh yeah.
Just whenever.
Yeah.
My breast surgeon that I met with last summer kind of just left it in my court and said, call me whenever you're ready and we can start the process. And yeah, that's kind of big, huge decision, but it's been 5 years in the making. So I'm probably ready for it now. Especially after finding out that I can have some normalcy after.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, we really appreciate you coming and talking about it because I know it's kind of a difficult thing to talk about. And
Definitely.
it's been a struggle.
And really
and
appreciate the fact that it's like the first
brave
time
of you to come out and talk about it.
really are talking about it and you did it with us on our podcast.
Oh yes.
We appreciate you.
Yeah. Well,
Thanks for listening.
yeah, thanks for listening and watching. And remember to rate, review, subscribe.
5-star rating, 5-star warning. And we'll talk to you guys next week.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Never mind. And
oh
we're
my
back.
God. I'm such an asshole. Well, not
Okay.
really. I mean, that's an extreme, but also kind of sometimes. Where can we find you?
Oh, yeah.
Nobody wants to find me.
Yeah, they do.
Oh. Like on Instagram?
Yeah, I mean, if you really don't want to share where they could find you, I can just give them your name. And if they go through the trouble of finding you, then...
It's just at Sunny Hutton.
At Sunny Hutton. Yeah, and you guys also join the Naked Training Program.
Duh.
Seriously. I mean, they're like, why? Well, it is the best program that you could join for many reasons. We have some of the best coaches working on it, programmers. We have an incredible team. We are working on lots of really great changes that are going to give you more for less. And that's what we're super excited about. And you can join under conventional or functional. So no matter where you train, kind of what we were talking about in the beginning about having a place where you depending on your limitations and at home. I'm like just completely skipping over the fact that we just launched the at-home program right before quarantine. But yeah, there is something for everybody. And you definitely have to want to work hard. You definitely, if you want to see results and you want to enjoy the program, just be willing to work hard. But that doesn't mean that you have to be the best or the strongest or super skilled. Like, that's not what it's for at all. You just need to be committed to being consistent and to train. That's it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Join, guys.
All right. Now,
wait, I did actually want to ask something though.
Oh, okay.
Sunny, do you have are there resources that you know of if there is somebody going through this that they could look up, or any websites or any?
Yes. There's like online forums and support groups and things like that. And you can just Google search BRCA, and everything will kind of pop up. There's so many more now than when I first found out about this. I remember searching and trying to find somebody that was active and like, did they get through this? And like, are they still working out and all that stuff? So, I don't know off the top of my head because it's been.
Yeah, I know. I kind of put you on the spot. I just didn't know if, but that's good enough information.
Well, it's good to know.
Information.
Yeah, it's good to know that, like you said, even you just like looking up something quick before, there is more. Like it's easier. It's easier to find it than when you were. Yeah, like first basically being confronted with this life-changing thing and searching and not being able to find anything. That would be terrifying.
Yes. You're looking at me like I'm supposed to say something.
No, I actually was going to say, do you have anything else to say?
No, I do not.
Churros.
Churros. Oh my gosh. That is from Brooke's last YouTube.
You guys watch my most recent vlog, the last vlog
because
from the Austin trip.
I think I was drunk the whole trip.
You definitely were, because you couldn't. Oh, and if you're watching this or listening, and you also follow me and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you've been wondering like, where's Jeanna? Like in our Austin vlogs, like, where is she? Like, how come you're leaving her out?
You're never leave me out.
First of all, never. I would take her everywhere if I could. And the only reason, we've talked about this, the only reason she wasn't on the boat is because she can't, because she has Mal day debarkment syndrome. That's it. That's it. Or she would be on that boat with me.
Yes.
Okay. So like and subscribe. Watch. Drop a comment. Also, thanks for watching or listening to this podcast. I'm rambling.
And that's it.
And that's it.
You guys, we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.
All right.
And
Bye.
good night.